Talk to me about some of the things that you've done that have kind of led you to what you're doing now.
Well, it all starts with my childhood. I'm the classic take charge firstborn, and that has a lot of good aspects of it, but it also can have some drawbacks. And so looking back, I was that kid that sat on the front row and raised their hand for every question. And if I got anything less than 100 on my papers, then I would just burst into tears and be sick to my stomach. And it wasn't external pressure. It wasn't from my parents or teachers. It was an internal thing. It's like, looking back, I really think I thought my purpose was to perform. It's like, okay, you got to be good enough. You got to earn your worth. Even though I knew God loved me, I didn't grasp that back then.
Wow.
So that's kind of the perfectionistic tendencies, and they followed me all the way through school.
And that perfectionistic attitude, mindset, leads to workaholism. I mean, because you just feel like you've got to be good at it. Not only do you have to be good at it, you have to be perfect at it. And that leads you to working and overworking, trying to uphold that life and that attitude and that mindset. So when did you decide that enough was enough and that working towards perfection is just really not possible in our own human flesh?
When I was in my 40s, well, 30s and 40s actually. The first big epiphany was I had climbed the corporate ladder, the cliche, and I had the nice title and the national team, and I worked for a marketing research company. But I was working myself to death, and I was just exhausted. And it was a beautiful Saturday, and I was in the office. And even though I put myself in that situation, I resented my job at that point. And I was like, where is everybody else? Why am I the only one that's working these long hours? And it was as if God tapped me on the shoulder and said, they're not here, Carla, because they chose not to be here. And at the time, I didn't really feel like I had a choice. Now it seems ridiculous, but my whole mantra was that work hard, be the best. That's what you got to do. Get in there and get the job done and be the best. And that really started me down a path of major transformation.